Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. So today I decided to analyze Nano Dimensions. So don't skip and hit the subscribe button because this weekend I'm gonna tell you why I did not invest in a single penny in Neo, which is a hot chocolate cake these days. So hit the bell icon to get the notification when I'll post the video. Nano Dimension, which is quite a catchy stock these days since Cathy Wood is buying it, but I generally don't copy because everyone has their own investment strategy. So I must analyze this company before investing in this stock. So without wasting any further time, let's talk about the company. As many of you would already know, it's a 3D printing company, but it's not an ordinary metal or fiber printing company. They basically are going to replace the conventional PCB circuit board production using 3D printers. The company is at its early stages. I like the disruptiveness, but the stock is highly volatile. As in current quarter, stock price touched almost 18 and went back to 7 because of the recent sell-off and currently selling at around $10 per share. Let's take a look at the product analysis. So Dragonfly is basically producing AME boards, which is additively manufactured electronics. I'll try to explain it in a simple way. The old process is time consuming and can take up to weeks. As shown in the diagram, this process has a lot of steps and each step requires a lot of time to complete. There are a bunch of videos explaining the whole process. So for now, my core point is to explain how Nano Dimension printer can benefit the process. So basically the idea sounds promising. It's summing up the whole process in one single machine, which sounds quite amazing in itself. So as a product perspective, the idea is really unique and it has potential to change the conventional way of developing PCBs. So basically we need to understand what are the benefits of AME over PCB to understand the future of the company. So in prototyping, it reduces the cost and time. So basically using this method, companies would reduce the R&D cost for the projects drastically. This will allow them to test more and reduce the error possibilities, and also in-house printing will allow them to keep the PCB prints confidential. So in advanced products, this will benefit to cut the cost of the end product and reduces the size and weight of the product and improve the product performance. So in this regard, the product is quite catchy and impressive in my opinion. In its opportunity and strength column, as industry is growing, the PCB industry will need a steady and sufficient supply of the boards, which will create a shortage of supply like recently happened in semiconductor industry. 3D printing will allow quick and in-house development, which will allow companies to print more efficient 3D boards as per need. Also 3D printing allows flexible circuit boards, which means it can be used in medical equipments. They also have sold 60 units till now to large-scale institutions including US Department of Defense, L3 Harris, NASA and TTM Technologies. It means the NNDM has already developed its good relationships and marketed the Dragonfly very well. To accelerate the production of machines, Nano Dimensions has more than 50% of cash for mergers and acquisitions, and they are seeking to acquire a company in Europe. Also yesterday, first AME RF communication circuit to International Space Station has been sent. Talking about threats and weaknesses, although the company has big customers like TTM Technologies, most of the customers are research institutions and using their printer for research and development purposes. There is no commercial usage is seen yet, which is crucial to get revenue and cash flow positive, so they will incur significant losses in the future. As NNDM is dependent entirely on Dragonfly, if it gets failed in production environment, this will be a nightmare, as last year due to the closure they faced a huge impact on sales as well. They need to maintain a portfolio of intellectual property as well. Failing to do so will result in significant loss, because in that case the NNDM would not effectively compete the market. Another important red flag is the management is diluting shares heavily and it can dilute more shares in the future. In an answer to a question in a recent earnings call, the CEO has not clearly refused the idea to dilute more shares. He said, "We have enough money to execute our present strategy." I think they don't have plan to offer more, but if they burn more cash in the future, NNDM would certainly offer more shares. Let's quickly talk about the NNDM's financials. Cash situation is incredible and it has increased my confidence in this company. Although they would spend almost 50% in acquisition, but still they have no debt, which is quite impressive for a research company for sure. Also 87 times more cash than the liabilities, so this is how I'm little confident that it would not go bankrupt. And cash generated from the operations is getting better year over year, but the operational expense has increased this year. This is because NNDM has been spending a lot on research and development for the last couple of years and increasing its R&D cost. Lastly, ARK holds 4.88% of the shares of NNDM. I think this is the reason why the stock is getting a lot of hype, and NNDM has not provided any insider buying information. Lastly, talking about the management, Yoav joined the NNDM in January 2020 as the president and CEO. Recently, he became the board member, and further the board intends to appoint him as the chairman of the board as well. This shows he is driving the company in the right direction and performing well for the company. He has a track record spanning decades in operating roles as CEO and chairman, as well as active hand-on investor in high-tech companies. So I believe he is quite competent for this role. And time for the conclusion. Even though it's a research company and a speculative investment, I'm pretty much down to invest in this stock stock and I'll buy more if the stock price is at $7 to $8 per share. Personally, I am bullish on this stock and speculating that the stock value will reach $25 by the next year. So that's all, friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell on, and tell me in the comment section which stock you want to see on this channel next. I'll see you in the next video.